Let's ready for some high energy. I want to see Wamza says, check your balls now. I'm ready for some high energy. Why don't you chat? Let's go.
So, bro, I'm getting surgery in a little bit about my balls.
What the fuck?
Bomboka!
So I'm gonna teach you how to check your balls to see if you've got
What the?
Allahu Akbar!
the same thing that I do, which is called a varicocele. So literally, a few years ago, I noticed that on one side of, you have two balls, and on one side,
You have two?
I had like the veins that were attached to the ball.
What? What?
How, Sway?
Like the veins got like tangled up, and
Bro.
I just lived with it for a while, then went to the doctors. The doctors in the UK, like the NHS is fucking shit, even though everyone disagrees, but the NHS is fucking shit. So I went there, they say, no, it's not a problem, don't worry. Lived with it for another 2 years, paying, feeling scared and stuff. And went again to the NHS doctors, they did an ultrasound, and the nurse literally just like put it over once, 20 seconds, and said, nope, there's nothing there. And I'm like, literally like, no, there is, I can feel it, it's massive. Like I stood up and everything, like grabbing my ball sack, trying to show it.
Yo, slight flex, massive balls.
But yeah, so I have a varicocele, I'm getting surgery right now. And a varicocele is like this enlargement of the veins, if you want to find out if you've got it, because it's very common. Literally just grab your balls and feel not the ball, but like the veins attached to the ball that goes like inside of your body. And the vein should be quite like just thin, just normal. It shouldn't be a big part of the nut, like the ball sack.
What the hell is...
But if you've got a varicocele, it's like you'll have a big clump of like veins like all tangled up, and you can literally usually just see this. So if you can feel like a big clump of veins, most likely you have it. And if you can't feel anything, you've literally just got the two balls and it's like a few like thin, just straight veins, it's fine. It's often described as, and it really does look like a bag of worms in your scrotum.
This is not the... I want... Adonis, tell me how to stretch. This isn't high energy.
So yeah, literally I lived with it for
Hamza, your balls are literally dying.
years. I first noticed it in like 2019, got it checked then, lived with it again for years, noticed it getting worse, more pain and stuff in 2020, 2021.
Your semens are literally dying.
Went for that second appointment where they did the ultrasound. Like I fully just said, no, I want to get it checked out and stuff. And the NHS woman, like the nurse, literally just looked at it for like literally less than a minute on the ultrasound and said, nope, there's nothing there, don't worry about it. Then I lived with it again for a solid year. So obviously I should have like got to check it out faster again, but I'd already gotten it checked from 2 qualified doctors and nurses. This time I'm in Dubai and I'm just paying for private healthcare, which is pretty expensive, but obviously it's worth it for your health.
Flex.
And I go and get it checked out with this nice doctor in Dubai. And straight away he's Indian, he's like, yep, like it's a varicocele grade 2 and everything. He sends me to an ultrasound, and this was the best point, like, sends me to an ultrasound, which is just kind of like, they put gel over your balls and they like scan it with something and look into the screen, kind of like what women get when they're pregnant to like see the baby. And the nurse who did it, maybe it's a doctor, but she did.
Bro, so what happened? His next video says, I might be infertile.
What's up, bro? It is 2 days since my surgery. I got a varicocele litigation or some shit, right? So a varicocele, I've mentioned on a previous video, is when the veins in your balls like all tangle up and it looks like a bag of worms. Bro. And I just wanted to like shout today because I feel a lot better. Bro. But I feel a bit agitated and aggressive. I mentioned the story that I had this checked out twice in the UK and with the NHS, and they let me down. They said it wasn't going to be a problem, that you can just ignore it and stuff. And it was only when I really took it more seriously to realize it's not something to ignore. It's not something to like live with because it's unnatural. It's something that is heavily tied to infertility, which means you can't have kids. Like most of the guys who can't have kids have got a varicocele, and 15% of guys in the world develop varicoceles. But it just got me like this kind of like male problem, especially when it comes to male like sexual health, testosterone, your testicles and everything. It just gets me like vexed of how little it's cared about. That like in the UK we have this this narrative that the NHS are all heroes. Oh my God, so amazing. And they might be when it comes to emergencies. If you've been hit by a car, they'll help you. If you've got cancer, they'll give you chemo, something for free. But like when it comes to these long-standing problems, especially if they're male related, they're not that valuable. They're not that helpful. And I see this like so often back there. And I just want you to...
Yo, props to him for being the only men's rights YouTuber who's talking about your balls. The red pill, he's red pilled about balls.
Like, put yourself in my shoes and imagine through the worst period of my life, 2019, 2020, when, you know, I'm smoking weed every day, I hate my life, I'm depressed and everything, I'm working a full-time job. And at 8 a.m. of...
Yo, bro, you got Jeffrey balls.
...that day, that's when...
No. Pray for Hamza, though. Pray for Hamza, though. At least I appreciate his honesty. I never think about this shit.
The GPs, like the hospital, like the doctor's place opens at 8 a.m. every Monday. Anyone who's in the UK knows this. So at 8 a.m. you have to call them, and if you call them at 8:01, your call won't go through. So you call at 8, but everyone's calling at 8 a.m., which means that your call doesn't go through today. You eventually do connect at 8:03, and oh, sorry, no more appointments, try again tomorrow. And I'm stood outside of my office building, it's raining right now, and I want some privacy because I'm gonna tell them, yeah, my balls hurt.
Allahu Akbar!
And there's a clump of veins in my balls right now. I remember going through this multiple times.
Yo, he got balls to make this video.
Having to call on the tram, like, you know, the public transport on the way to work. And eventually, yeah, finally getting an appointment, having to, like, you know, get an Uber there and stuff. And doctor quickly just touches my balls and says, no, bro, it's only one and it's only on one side, so it's fine. Don't worry about it. Like, you'll be absolutely fine. Why?
Chat, check your balls right now. Feel your balls right now, chat.
This thing leads to infertility, and a doctor looked me in the eyes and said, it's
Good
fine.
shit, Jake.
You don't need to worry about it.
Touch those balls.
Why? So I leave it. You know, that's my responsibility. It's my fault. I left there, didn't pursue it more. I would have loved to, but like the stress of having to like book an NHS doctor's appointment is just through the roof, especially when you're not, you know, with good mental health. Eventually, about a year or two later, I rebooked it in 2022, 2021. Go for doctor's appointment, they check it, you say confirm that, okay, I've got one. They send me to an ultrasound, and I swear to God, the nurse or the doctor who did the ultrasound moved it around like my testicles for like...
Bruh.
Bomboka!
Bruh. Should I call Wamsa right now? Now, I know I'm joking around, you guys are bad, but no, it does take balls to make this for real. Should I call him? I don't know what time it is where he's at. I was just texting him yesterday, bro. He should have sent me a picture of his balls. I could have helped him. Wait, what?
Like barely a minute, bro. Maybe about 30 seconds. And literally already concluded 30 seconds in that, nope, no, there's nothing there. I can't see anything. And I was like pleading. I know this is like a bit embarrassing. Bro, I stood up, grabbed my ball sack to her, and I know you can see it. Like, you can, I know it's fucking funny, but it's like, bro.
Bruh. House, wait.
It's not, because I was worried about my fertility. I was worried about not being able to have children. I already thought of like, you know, it was already like, yeah, you know, I've already affirmed it now. That, yep, I'm going to be infertile now because these people won't take it seriously. I'm literally stood up, leg on the little patient seat, whatever it is, like asking them, no, scan this bit on the ultrasound. It's there. It's like a huge clump of veins. And she literally scanned it for another 30 seconds and concluded that it wasn't there, and that I should, you know, it's all in my head. I should just, and I had that big fucking clump of veins in my balls, bro. Like almost like a third testicle size of veins, just like clumped up, all tangled together. And lived with it again for a bit, and I remember that, you know, I knew that she was wrong, but it was like the stress of just going back to these appointments and getting told that nothing was wrong was just annoying me. It was only when I came here to Dubai that I concluded that I'm never ever going to get free healthcare ever again. I'm always going to pay for healthcare, for dentist, everything, because I don't want...
Yo, W paying for healthcare. Yo, pray for Hamza. I did not know about this problem, and check your balls. I'm ball pilled now.
That's it.
Your job?